Okay, at the top, we're going to write literal equation review. Literal equations review. And this is for your quiz tomorrow. And you do have word problems tomorrow, so you need to study the list of words that mean addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay? All right, so let's do this one first. We have Z is equal to B plus M divided by A, and we're going to solve for A. All right, we ready? Okay, in order to solve for A or to isolate A, we're going to move the B first. Anything that you can add or subtract to move, whatever term you can add or subtract to move first, that's what you're going to do first. This is a positive B, so to move it to the other side, I'm going to subtract B. Questions about that? Okay. When I subtract B on this side, I get Z minus B. Here, B minus B is 0. And I'm left with a positive M over A. Any questions about that? All right. So next thing that we're going to do is we're going to make this into a fraction so we can use cross multiplication since this A is on the bottom of the fraction. When you use cross multiplication, you're going to go this way. You're going to go this way. You got M times 1 is M. And this way, bring down my equal sign. You got A times Z minus B. A times Z minus B. Questions so far about how I got this? I don't see any hand raises. Okay. All right. So now we got to get A by itself by getting rid of this Z minus B. Z minus B is being multiplied to A. The inverse or the opposite of multiplication is division. So we're going to divide both sides by Z minus B. When you divide on this side, Z minus B divided by Z minus B, this is 1. So we're left with 1A, but 1 times A is just A. Okay. M divided by Z minus B, we leave it. We don't know what any of those variables are. So we just leave it as an algebraic expression on this side. So the answer to A is equal to this algebraic expression. Any questions about that? Okay. I'll pause for the calls. All right, to solve for A here, we've got to get rid of this negative C or minus C that's attached by multiplication. And you got to get rid of this positive B. Remember, you get rid of all numbers and terms that you can add or subtract to move first. So here, what am I going to move? Am I going to move the B first or the minus C first? Which one? Are we on recording? All right, so here we go. In order to solve for A, we're going to move the B first. So we're going to subtract by B on both sides. When we subtract B on both sides, you got G minus B on this side. Okay. On the other side, when we subtract b, it's gone. So we're left with negative CA. Any questions about that? All right, good deal. Okay, here, when we subtract, when we get A by itself, we got to remove this negative C. The operation between negative C and A is multiplication. The opposite of multiplication is division. So we're going to divide both sides by C. When you divide by C on this side, we don't know what any of these variables are equal to, so we bring it down. Write down your equal sign. When you divide by negative C here, negative C divided by negative C gives you a positive 1. 1 times A gives you A. So the answer is going to be this algebraic expression. Got it? All right. So this next one, we have G is equal to 1 plus 2A divided by A. And we're solving for A. Okay, this is tricky because you have A on the top and A on the bottom. Okay, we're going to do things one at a time. So I'm going to put a 1 under this G. And I'm going to use cross multiplication. This gives me A times G. This gives me a negative 1 times 1 plus 2A. Questions about how I got that? Yes, babe. Yeah, I don't like that word, stupid. I think that's okay. It's not a nice word. But no, first of all, you're not stupid. And the negative 1 came from right here in the problem where it was a negative. What did I put? Oh no, you're not the one that's crazy. I am because it's supposed to be a positive. Okay. So that's a very good question because you caught my mistake. So here, this is just a positive 2. So we're going to subtract 2A on both sides. Thank you so much. All right, so now when we subtract here, this is going to give me AG minus 2A. Bring down my equal sign. 2A over here is gone, and I'm left with this positive 1. All right. Got it so far? I'm going to pause real quickly. Okay, so here, this is the tricky part. Please make sure you pay attention to this part. Here, we're going to do the reverse of the distributive property. We know that both terms have an A in common, so we can take out an A, like factor out an A. And when we factor out that A, we are left with G and negative or minus 2. And I said the reverse of distributive property because when we multiply the A back to it, if we were to do that, we would get the line that's right above it. A times G would give us AG, and then A times this negative 2 would give us this negative 2A. Any questions about how I got this line? Okay. Lastly, to get A by itself, we got to move this G minus 2. So to move the G minus 2, which is being multiplied to the A, we're going to divide both sides by G minus 2. Okay? So when we divide both sides by G minus 2, we get A here is equal to, we get 1 divided by G minus 2. Got it? All right.